What's up, y'all? Welcome to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo, audio only. It's been a while since we've had an audio only episode, but this honestly might be a more recurring thing, just because I do enjoy sitting down with people face to face. I feel like there's an element to that. There's also going to be times where I'm not going to be home, y'all. You know, I got a lot of shows in the books right now for this year and next year, and I'm not going to have the luxury of having my lots and cameras on me. I might just have 2 microphones, and I'm going to be in a city with somebody who I want to talk to and sit down and have a conversation with. So audio only sometimes, y'all. Just 2 microphones and 2 people having a conversation, and that's great because we have a great episode this week with an amazing guest, somebody I've wanted on the show for a very, very long time. Knew this episode was going to happen, and I'm glad we were finally able to wait to do it in person to where we could just sit there and vibe. Before I introduce this guest, I just got to say my new EP, Right Field Bass, is out now on Wakan. Y'all should go check it out. It's the best piece of work I've put out, man. It's a lot of fun, really good time, and it's just great, man. Go tell everybody, tell your mama, your sister, your husband, your ex-husband, your dog, even go tell like one of your dead homies, dude. That's all right, dude. Pour one out and then just blare that shit for them. And I really do appreciate all the feedback I've been getting on the EP, man. It really does mean a lot, and I really appreciate everybody out there. I really do. Also, just want to say that tonight I will be in Philadelphia at the TLA. I will be joining Peekaboo's Black Hole Tour, or as I like to call, the Butthole Tour. So if you are in the Philadelphia area, come on out, man. Let's have a good time. But anyway, my guest this week is an agent and co-owner of one of the hottest agencies in the industry right now. That's cool, man. I got to sit down with an owner of an agency this week. Not every day I get to sit down with a boss-ass bitch. He is a man who is a very, very big part of the Taboo Project and many, many other projects. I thought this would be a great episode because this is a man who knows a lot of insides and outs of the industry and has also worked a lot of different jobs within the industry, such as throwing shows, promotions, and now owning your own agency. How fucking cool is that, y'all? And this is just another little industry tip and tidbit that not a lot of people really think about, the agency side of things. So I'm just going to let this episode get into it with somebody that I care very, very much about, my good friend and agent, Brian Severino from AB Touring.
Hold up, I think my dick got stuck. Slow it down, no, I can't get enough. Want me to fucking and bust or nothing, you gotta stick a finger in my butt. You can try to play with your titties. Go ahead and lick my butt a little bit. If you want my dick inside of your mouth, then you gotta stick a finger in my butt. No, you gotta stick a finger in my butt. Yeah, you gotta stick a finger in my butt. You gotta stick a finger in my butt.
Mr. Brian.
Yes, Mitchell.
Howdy.
How are you?
Good, dude. How are you doing, dude?
I'm fantastic.
Well, this is a beautiful home.
I appreciate that.
This is the first was on the road episode I've done since the Eat My Sass tour.
I am absolutely honored. I actually just packed up that shirt.
Yeah.
To take it to Lost Lands tomorrow.
It's been a while, man.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
This is an episode I've been excited about doing. Something that I've always known what was going to happen, knew it was going to happen.
Right.
I wanted it to be in a setting where it was just you and I, face to face.
Yeah.
A glass of whiskey.
It was right here.
And just boys being boys.
Absolutely.
Because you're a man behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Big part of the Taboo Project and many, many other projects.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to think so.
Yeah.
I try my best at least.
Dude, you a fucking hustler.
I do grind.
You do.
I do grind.
That's what I like about you.
Yeah. Alex and I together, we hold each other accountable, and that work ethic is just something that if you don't have it with your partner, it can cause kind of frictions. You know what I'm saying? So we're both trying to outwork each other on the daily.
Yeah.
And, that's just how we operate.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little competition between each other, even though there is no competition, if that makes sense.
I feel like you need that, though. So,
Friendly competition.
Yeah, it's kind of like me and some, producer homies. Like, they show me some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, this is really good.
Right.
I kind of have to...
You have to get up on that level.
Game. Yeah, I got to step my game up and be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like no hate, no anything like that. It's like whenever we operate on a daily, we always tell people if you talk to one of us, you talk to both of us.
Yeah.
So, he'll be talking to promoters. I'll talk to my promoters. We connect with each other, and, that's just how we operate, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not it's not. I don't want to say it's not normal, but you know, I am very grateful for our relationship and how it operates.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful for y'all's relationships,
And
man.
we're grateful for you as well, Mitch.
I feel like we all vibe pretty hard together.
Absolutely.
It's good and it's good to have like agents, because like a lot of people don't even know what the fucking agent does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know. When they think of agents, they might think of like actors. You know, actors have agents, or like porn stars, they have agents. I mean, you know, football players. Like, what the hell? Like, because you know, an artist, man, agents. Yeah. They're not, you know, usually talked about.
No, people just, you know, artists show up. They just show up on the stages.
Yep.
You know, people tag them on Facebook and they're like, "Hey, come to my city," and that's all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're just a myth.
Yeah.
So if you want somebody to come to your city, just go to their Facebook page whenever they make a tour announce and say, "Hey, come to St. Louis."
Mm-hmm.
They'll show up.
Yeah.
Not an agent, but they'll just show up.
But it's like also, yeah, it's like agents. They might think of like
just kidding.
Agents might be these guys in these suits who are like, "Hey, you want to be you want to have this role?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna like, you know, there's like a perception of agents being sleazy or you know,
the used car salesman.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That is the opposite of what we try to do. Because honestly, man, the used car salesman, it like wastes time, in my opinion. You know, it just wastes time. Let's get to it. We're going to tell you what we need. We're going to look at your offer, tell you what you need, and let's just get to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get to it.
My dad was a sleazy car salesman, dude. I'm not gonna lie. You know, they talk about the guys who are car salesmen that like are just like the guys who are just trying to hustle you out of some money. That was my dad. My dad was the bad car salesman.
Well, did he sell a lot of cars?
Yeah, he did.
Well, then is he a bad car salesman then?
Yeah, he was. Bad salesman, no. Bad person, yeah.
Well, good salesman, bad person, maybe.
For sure, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
yeah, but he fit that description.
I mean, he gave you everything you needed for, you know, like your cut off jean jacket that you're wearing. You know, you've always had everything you needed. Yeah. So I mean, you can't be too mad at it.
No, dude, I'm very mad. I have so much anger towards him, but I love him. It's a lot of built up aggression.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from.
Dude, so would you have thought you were going to be an agent?
No, absolutely not.
How'd you fall into a role like that?
How did I fall into the role? Well, I first thought I was going to be a DJ.
Okay, as most people do.
As most, you know what I'm saying? I went to my first show as an electronic music patron, December 16th, 2009. It was Hulk at Tequila Wild, which is no longer there, unfortunately. They had some crazy shows. We had Excision playing a cage there, believe it or not.
In a cage?
In a cage.
Dude, I got in a cage one night. I got in a cage one night. I was drunk and I was at a gay bar, but that's a whole nother story. Continue.
It's probably a little bit different at Tequila, but probably not too. It was wild. I think the place actually, once it got rebranded, it got shut down for having like sex parties.
That sounds like
that's how the end of, I think it was what it called the Red Room or something once it was rebranded. But that's why it's no longer there.
That's kind of fucked up, dude. If I own a business, I should be able to fuck in my business.
I mean, you should.
Yeah.
But the city wasn't. They weren't going for it.
Oh, dude, city's a bunch of fucking virgins.
Oh man, yeah, they don't let us to have any fun here in St. Louis.
Like, that ain't in the name of the Lord.
Oh shit!
But continue, dude.
Can I curse?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're talking to. You've seen the show, dude.
I know, but I'm an agent. You know, I'm supposed to be dressed up in a suit, and I'm supposed to be professional. So I didn't know that my language here would be against, what everybody thinks that I should act like.
I feel like we're here to kind of break that stigma a little bit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So going back to Tequila Wild, went to the show or whatever, and like I'll never forget it. It was the T.I. What You Know remix.
What you know about that?
Remix came on. I was like, oh my god, this shit is tight. Went out, bought a little I forget the APC.
Yeah, APC 40.
Yeah, bought one of those. Got Ableton. And then just like honestly started mixing. Then I moved away to college the next year, and I was always down in the dorms, like right where everybody was walking, just playing weird dubstep that nobody knew at the time. was like, wow, what is this kid doing? What is he playing? I'm like, practicing. And honestly, got a lot of people. I don't want to say I like educated a lot of people, but a lot of people were like, dude, this is cool. Let's go to some shows.
I feel like
I'm
that's
cool.
kind of a job as a DJ. You know what I mean?
Is to educate.
You got to educate.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is the new sound.
Yeah. Yeah. So the students, a couple of actually one kid, it was Dead Mouse in Kansas City when I was out there. Dead Mouse and had a guy by the name of Skrillex opening for him.
Never
2000.
heard of him.
Yeah, I never heard of him either.
Never
2010. 2010 it was, and it was a kid from Australia, Edwin, I believe his name was. Edwin, yeah. He went to the show with us. First time ever went to a show like that. Lost him at the end of the night. Came back all sweaty. He was like, "Dude, this is the best night I've ever had." I was like, "Dude, even though I didn't share it with you, I'm glad that happened."
He like comes back. He has a pashmina and he knows how to juggle.
Well, we might have been. You're probably a little too early for the pashmina.
Okay, gotcha.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
All right. Well, then he just came back. Just juggling. He came back and he had a tie-dye bandana on. He had candy bracelets.
Yep.
And he was hula hooping.
It was the time of the gloves.
Okay.
Where everybody was getting the light show with the gloves, and then the bandana, like you said, the candy.
Hey, bro, bands will make her dance.
Yeah, bands will make her dance.
Yeah,
exactly
Taliban's
like
make
that.
her dance too. Yeah,
but honestly, from there, like I started getting like some DJ shows and stuff like that, and then started to realize I was like, man, this is cool DJing, but it's like if I'm gonna actually progress, I got to learn how to produce. And it was so at this time I had moved back to St. Louis, going to St. Louis University, and it was the Cyber Optics TIE Fighter stems that he put out for a remix. And I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna try to do it. Hell, I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out at all. I left my dorm pissed off. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go roll up outside. I can't do this shit. So I went up, rolled out, started burning, and figured out my new path. And I was like, I'm good at business. I'm not really an artist.
but you still knew you wanted to be in the music game.
Correct. And then, at that time, that's when the promoter stuff was really going on heavy. And to be transparent with you, it was Jay Phelps that came up to me at one of my shows and was like, "Hey, we want to be a manager?" And I'm like, "Huh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that. I'm a promoter. Like, sure, let's try it. I think I've never done it. Be an agent, sure, give it a go."
Mm-hmm.
And that was really the start of when I actually started, coming into the agency side of things and trying to swim. Didn't know shit. Didn't know anything at all. But, we just figured it out. Jumped in, started swimming.
Started booking shows for Jay Phelps.
And then, our claim to fame, wow, was a show called Jingle the Bass that we started. And like at first, the first time we booked it, I always forget who we had there. It was only 3 artists that we had. But once we went live with it, people were like, "Dude, this is so tight. Let's get on the show. I'll come play the show for free." So that's where it got, initially the lineup just got so fat for the first one that it just kind of stuck. And it was honestly like one of the first like true underground dubstep shows that would, and I can't say that. It was like something about it was different though.
Yeah.
And that's why it stuck. You know what I'm saying? That's why it stuck for 8 years, so without everybody hitting me up, be like, "Hey, well, that's a cool lineup. When we come get on."
Yeah, how can we get on, dude?
That kind of pushed everything forward for agency and the promoter side.
Yeah.
So at that point, that's when I started to pick up. I had a roster before I knew what the fuck I was doing.
You had a roster.
I had Jay Phelps, Dub Loads at the time, Midnight Tea. Like there was a handful of people that like I just didn't know what to do. And whenever
we're all just figured it out together.
Yeah, no, we just jumped in, tried to swim, and honestly, at that point, like when people were like, when they left, I wasn't mad. I was like, I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
So like, you gotta be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If people can be others served better elsewhere, which they at that time 100% were getting served better. It's like I can't be mad at that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just kept chugging away from there.
That's fucking cool.
know.
So you've had a wild ride as a promoter. I feel like, as the agency, as an agent, just from the time that you and I have been together, because you and I have worked together for coming on 3 years. Coming on 3 years. And just in the times that, you and I have worked together, going from Warpath to AB, things have gotten a lot better for you and Alex. And I'm seeing it. It's just a steady climb.
Yeah.
The promotion side wasn't a steady climb.
No, that actually started off terribly.
And ended terribly.
It started off terribly and ended terribly. Yeah, because and it wasn't a dubstep show. Cause I'm really big into rap.
Yep.
That's what I like. Yep. I like to listen to a lot of rap. So this was again 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. Yeah, somewhere around there. It was when we first were Meek Mill. Everybody, Meek Mill, rapper,
yeah,
big rapper right now.
Never heard of him.
He came out with the "I'm a Boss" song with Rick Ross, and I was like, everybody on the team was like, dude, let's try to book him.
Yeah.
So at this time, I again didn't know shit. I went on Facebook and saw a Meek Mill page with a check mark. So we're like, cool. I hit him up or whatever. I think he was like, I want 10K. And I'm like, okay. So I had $1,000 myself, and I went and borrowed $1,000 from 4 of my friends to go put the deposit down. Now, so off bat, a couple of my friends were a little like, let's do a little bit more research before we send the bread. I'm like, cool. So like, Mitch, when I tell you, like, we called this guy, everybody talked to him on the phone, thought he was Meek Mill. Dude was sending us pictures of like his jewelry,
his feet,
literally shoes.
Yeah.
We were like, all right, cool.
Is he a dick pic or anything?
No dick pic.
Damn
no
it.
dick pic. No,
Damn
we didn't get that far.
Okay, word. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. So, oh man, now that there's after I tell the story, remind me there's an even cooler part at the end that actually makes it cool.
Okay.
So remind me.
Okay.
So anyways, we so dumb. I hate talking about it because I'm like, I should have just fucking seen it coming.
Hey, bro, you live and you learn.
We live and we learn. So he was like, all right, Western Union the money. I'm like, cool. So I go and I send the money. And then the dude just goes, man. So I'm like calling, hitting the email, blah, blah, blah. And then everybody's like, dude, that shit's gone, bro. And I was deflated, bro. Because, I wasn't worried about losing. In my mind, I owed everybody $4,000.
Yeah.
Which I did pay back. Every person got every single dollar back before I did anything else. So, it was fine. But I'm just like, why the fuck did I go Western Union somebody some money for a deposit for a show?
When's the last time you did? That's the last time you did that, huh?
That was the last time I did that. Absolutely. But so, everything happened or whatever. Now, this fast forward to last year around this time, probably literally to the year from now. So, Western Union got hit with a bunch of charges for like basically, I want to say, don't quote me on it, but like basically being too easy to scam people. Ooh. So they got hit with a lawsuit. So my mom, I got to shout out Christina because she's going to listen to this and I had to give her a shout out. She said that I had to.
Okay. Does she heard me? Because I feel like I say a lot of ignorant things. I kind of just go left field.
Hey, honestly, you might not. I say a lot of ignorant things too. Like she's mad at me. I don't want to say she's mad at me, but she gets annoyed with me. She's like, just shut up.
Okay, cool.
I'll just be like, hey, what are you doing? Mommy, you see Family Guy was doing it? Yeah, exactly. Just shit like that on the daily. But she was filling out the paperwork because of the lawsuit. There were whoever picked. I don't know how that shit works, but whoever picked it up kept sending us paperwork that we just kept filling out. Last year, swear to God, I got a check for $5,000.
Bro, let's go.
I got a check for $5,000 from Western Union for that incident. And I was like, holy shit. I couldn't believe it.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Literally the last thing on earth that I expected to happen. If at that day somebody was like, yeah, you're gonna get a $5,000 check from Western Union for something that happened 9 years ago, 8 years ago at the time, whatever.
Crazy when you like things like that. You'd at least expect. Bro.
Oh man, it was a blessing though. In a way, I was like, man, like I mean, I deserved it. You know, I felt like I deserved it at least. You know what I'm saying? I was a young kid. I was ambitious. You know, trying to make something happen. Borrowed the money to make it happen. Got scammed. Paid everybody back. You know, I just feel like I was due a good one. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of the that was my first experience. I even embarrassing to say, like I sent an email to Rick Ross because he was under Rick Ross's email or his team at the time or whatever. I sent an email.
The whole Maybach music crew.
I sent the email to them at the time, bro. I was like, guys, I know this is probably none of your concern, but I just got scammed. At the time, I was like $5,000, bro. I was done. Like,
right.
Man, fuck. So I was like, is there any way that you guys could come do a show?
For the kindness of y'all's heart?
I'll give you all the money at the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the worst part about it is that people were like, hey, what's up with the Meat Mill show? Is it happening? Like, it got that far into the process, where people were like, we had talked to the dude. So I had no reason to believe that, that it was fake.
Right.
And not only I did, Tootie, my boy, best friend, his friends were all in the car talking to the guy.
His name's Tootie.
Tootie.
I feel like his last name should be Bandana.
Tootie Bandana?
Yeah.
I'll tell him.
Yeah, that should be his last name.
Yeah, we'll let him know, see if we can get that legally changed.
Yeah, that's a good last name for him. Yeah.
Tootie's not necessarily the real name, we can still make it happen.
Oh, bro. So I'm saying your boy Felipe yesterday, I feel like his last name needs to be Workshop, bro. I just feel like it fits. Felipe Workshop.
Felipe Workshop.
It's just a cool last name with that first name.
Yeah.
Okay, but continue, dude.
Shout out to Felipe.
Yeah, shout out.
That's my dude.
Shout out Workshops too.
Yeah, so we were all in the car talking to this fool. I was like, yeah, that's him. That's him. Had us fooled. Like, really, I know, if I'm being honest, man, I'm not saying you should not scam people, but like, he earned his fucking money at least. Like he
at least worked for it.
He did a good job. Yeah. He did a really good job.
Right.
So that shit sucked. But again, once I paid that off, I was like, all right, cool, ready to go again. And then that's when started the Jingle the Bass happened. Did a little bit more. We did a few other hip hop shows that were unsuccessful. We were the first people to bring Young Dolph to St. Louis, East St. Louis. At the time, it was wild too because this was 2013. So we were in so that had just happened. We got scammed out of the money. So I hit him up. I was like, hey, if we're gonna send you a deposit, I'm gonna come hand you the money. So I'm like, I'm driving. I don't give a fuck. I'm driving to Memphis.
Damn, that's a drive from St. Louis.
I was like 4.5, 5 hours, but I'm just like,
wait, that's it to Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah.
I guess I just don't know where I'm at on a map.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't know in the South either. You're in uncharted territory right now.
Where are we in the South?
We are in the middle of the West.
Okay. So like that's what I'm saying. I don't know fuck about shit.
No, that's okay. I'm here to, that's you said the job of an agent. I feel like that's part of my job is to help you with stuff. You don't have to be familiar with a map.
Mitch, you don't have to be familiar. You don't have to read. You don't have to know anything, dude. Just make the music and get on the stage.
I was going to say, make the music, read enough to get on your flights, and go, get on stage. And then we'll be good.
Yep.
I'll take care of the rest.
Right. I got you, Daddy. I got you.
You know that. But yeah, bought Dolph to St. Louis. So we were listening to music on the TV, on YouTube and stuff like that, and we heard him. I don't think his first mixtape, but one of his first mixtapes. We're like, this is tight. Let's bring this guy. And then we heard of the difference between me and you came on TV. It was Rich Homie Quan.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, this is cool. Which one should we book? We went with Dolph, but I swear, not even 2 fucking days afterwards, bro, you couldn't go anywhere in the city without hearing Rich Homie Quan.
Damn.
So I'm just like, God damn, I can't catch a break with the rap stuff. I can't catch a break. And that show did not do too well. He was cool I would say I got to give Dolphus credit for the time, like, because there was probably 50 people at the show, maybe
Right.
total in the room.
2013.
But he came out and rocked the show. Like he played, he performed as if there was 1,000 people there.
That's good.
Which I appreciated that.
Yeah.
I lost hell of money. I was like, you know what? At least I got a show out of it. You know, some people like, I mean, I know firsthand people be like, oh yeah, there's nobody in the crowd. I'm too good. I'm gonna walk off. Happens.
Yeah.
So I respect it.
That's
Still
how
to
I
this
am.
day.
Like, if people get upset about dudes at the clubs with their shirts off, I was like, dude, I'm not playing unless there's a couple dudes with their shirts off. It's just facts.
You put that in your rider?
Yeah, dude. It's just like, I'm like, I want all the dudes to sweat. I want all the dudes to sweat. I want to smell it. I want to feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't play unless.
Again, I haven't. Well, I don't want to say I haven't looked at your rider, but I know it got updated recently, so I don't know. Has that been one of the what was that one of the updates?
What if my rider was just like, my driver must be shirtless?
Oh man, I mean, dude, I've seen some. You know, there's been some weird things on riders.
How long would that be okay for until it wasn't?
I mean,
I'd give
probably
it 4 to 5 months until
but
someone
for
was
somebody's
like,
like, this
this isn't Q.
Yeah.
And I forgot what it was. Actually, it was the show I did in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Whenever I got picked up, the owner of the festival, cool ass guy, super awesome
Braden,
dude.
right?
Braden, dude.
Shout out Braden.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Hung out with them the day after when shotguns.
Yeah.
Nothing but nice things to say about them.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, my driver was on the phone with him. He's like, "Hey man, you want anything for whenever you get here?" I was just like, "You shirtless," just like as a joke. You know what I mean? We pull up, the dude has his shirt off.
That's what I was gonna say, bro. I was gonna say it's probably like on a situational basis,
Right,
you know?
it's a joke.
You know,
yeah.
it depends on how effervescent the personality is of the person that's, you know.
Yeah, there are words.
you're asking.
Yeah, that's cool. Just say words I don't know. Well, I mean,
effervescent, bright, bubbly.
yeah, dude, I love
you know?
Evanescence. That's a great band, but keep going.
You just ruined my word. I've been saying that word for a
You
long
ruined
time.
my
You
life.
ruined my word. I'm never gonna say it again just because you're.
I'm never gonna love again because of you.
I mean, I'm already at that point. My heart. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding, dude. I'll love you
Oh,
forever.
I love you too.
Yeah, dude.
You brought the spark back in my life when I saw you after 2 years. I picked you up from the airport.
It was good, and you did have your shirt on, so that you know.
Well, I wasn't aware. For one, I don't read the riders when they're updated and sent to me.
It's
Two,
not on
you
my
never
rider.
told me.
It's not on my rider. But going back to being a promoter, man.
Yeah.
Talk about, because I know.
Yeah.
Personally, if you want to talk about it, if you don't, that's cool.
No, go ahead.
You got into some serious debt
Yeah.
from being a promoter. And that's something that a lot of
Absolutely.
people, I had Waylon on the show and we were talking a lot about this. A lot of people think like these promoters are just fucking raking in cash
Yeah.
and that they're just, they just make all the money, bro.
Yeah.
I threw shows. Shit's tough. Shit's
yeah.
really tough. Now, if you do it right, you could make a
Yeah.
damn good career out of it.
Absolutely.
There's a reason why these festivals continue to happen. It's because they can make money.
Absolutely.
But if they don't pop,
If
bro,
they don't pop or if they get shut down.
they can fall back.
Yeah.
It falls back on somebody,
Yeah.
and you were that somebody.
Yeah. I mean, dude, honestly, man, like that, the owning of the responsibility, right, is something that I've had to like come to terms with because I don't want to blame anybody. I'm not blaming anybody, but like I was back and forth between Oklahoma City at the time, and it was very kind of like a scapegoat, an easy thing for me to do would be like, hey guys, did something not happen while I was gone or something like that? Because like, why are we getting shut down? You know what I'm saying? Did we not
explain the situation.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So we got
Explain the show too.
So yeah, so it was Jingle the Bay. It was the 7th one. We had the year before, we had just blown out like the venue that we had been using. Like we just slammed it. Like we maxed it out. We had nowhere, we couldn't go. There was nothing more we could do at that venue.
Just
after 6 years.
oversold.
It was not oversold.
Yeah, come on, bro. Okay, word. I was about to say this was a while ago, but that was probably a show where you walked away like, dude, we made some money
Yeah,
tonight.
absolutely.
It felt good.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. So, then it was like, okay, well, what are we going to do? Now, mind you, at the time, I'm an independent promoter. Like, I felt that we had the momentum, right? I felt like St. Louis literally could have been like, I don't want to say my city as a promoter, but I'm like, dude, if we knock this out, this next one out. Like, we have the biggest branded party in the city. Like, we got shit going on.
You were like, do you know who I am? I fucking own this city.
Man, see, I would never say anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But, well, maybe to you in this conversation.
I fucking run shit around here.
This my guy.
Nothing happens in this city unless I say so.
The birds don't fly without my permission. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm just kidding. So you know what I'm saying? So we go and find we go and we find a sports complex that's not, it's like just outside of the city limits, so a little bit in the county. We go and find a big ass sports complex. Like, it's just a bunch of basketball courts, huge. And I'm like, this is fucking perfect. Let's do it. I go in and I talk to the guys and everything. You know, they're walking me through what they're thinking and stuff like that. I'm like, hey guys, like, there's going to be, 2,500 people, 2,500 plus people here. Like, I just want to, be very transparent of what is coming. It's going to be a lot of kids.
Ravers.
People are going to be kicking it. People are going to be smoking. People are going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a party.
Yeah.
Are you guys cool with that? Oh, yeah, for sure. All good. I'm like, cool. Deposits paid on time to them anytime they ask for anything, money wise. Like, they got it. So business was done how it was supposed to be done. So come show day, and my boy Met, shout out Mets, he was like, hey, they don't have enough beer. He runs the old Rock House. He's one of the talent buyers there, does the day-to-day stuff over there. So he was like, they for sure don't have enough beer here. And I'm like, huh, okay. And I talked to him about, oh yeah, don't worry, our distributor's down the street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. With all the shit going on, I'm not saying that wasn't important, but I'm like, I'm worried to try to get the stage in. Like, we went so far to like figure out like how to not fuck up their floors by putting stuff like underneath the staging and stuff like that. Like, just but like doing it respectfully. Yeah. Absolutely. So basically, showtime happens. Or let me rewind a little bit. Like, we went, I was out of town, but like the people that I was working with at the time, like we went to, so there's houses on the neighborhood. We're like, hey, this is going to be happening on this date. If you want a hotel room and you don't want to deal with it, let me know. Put you up. I put like 2 people in a hotel room. 2 people asked about it.
Yeah.
So like, we figured out everything, in my opinion. Like, we figured out the people around. We got the venue stuff sorted. All good. We were for the sound, we were below the city limit. Like, we went out. I'm not technical at all, but
you had the decibel
meter.
The
decibel meter.
Yeah.
Yep. And we were good. So basically, shows happening. Everything's going honky dory. We're working. We're getting people in. We were a little late. I'll take responsibility for that. Again, like, I had never done anything that big before.
Right, it's a big jump.
It's a big jump. So I'm like, we were a little late. So I'm trying to figure everything out. So I would say around 9:00. Like, again, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep being like, let me rewind. But the fire marshals came in before the show. I walked them through everything that we had, and they were like, cool, good to go. I'm like, bet. Sweet. But like, we're getting ready. It was a long process, but here we are. So I say about like 9:00, like the cops from the area start coming through. Oh yeah, we're getting noise complaints. And I'm like, for real? And I'm like, where are they coming from? Because in my mind, like, I had already gone out, and for all the people that were around, like, if they complaining or are they complaining still, I'll still put them in the hotel room.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever you guys want. Like, if you didn't think that you needed it and the show started happening and you were like, all right, I need it. Cool. Did that once to somebody as well. No problem. So I'm like, all right, that's really weird. Take me to where the complaints are. Mind you, we had turned the music down a lot at this point. So I'm like, the cop came like the second time. I'm like, fuck this shit. Take me to where.
Yeah.
Take me. So he takes me to a place. He's like, this is where it's coming from. And I'm like, hey man, like, you can't hear this, and you can't.
Yeah.
So like, what's really going on? So by the time I get back, there's like hella cops like pulling in. Hella cops. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go to the venue manager and they're like, yeah, they're shutting us down from too many noise complaints. And I'm like,
Can they legally do that though? Like if it's in the legal decibel limit.
So, I mean, I don't give a fuck anymore. I was going to try to take this to court, but like at the time, like I went down, I could have bought a house.
Yeah.
With how much debt that I went down. So it was like after the show, I really wanted to, you know, do something legally, but I just didn't have the money. I didn't have the money and I didn't have the heart to ask anybody for the money.
To sue the police department.
Honestly, I was going to sue the venue because they gave me an agreement sheet. You know what I'm saying? They blamed the sound complaints, but I personally feel like it was done by the venue because, you know, once I started going back and like walking through everything in my mind, it's like, why didn't they have enough beer? If I told you 2,500 people are coming here, don't you want to sell as much of that beer as you can?
Yeah.
Don't you want to make as much money as you can?
Yeah.
So I feel like they just wanted to just do a quick little cash grab and then called the police and, you know, had a little thing going on and got it shut down. That's my personal view on it. And furthermore, when I had to get a job at Amazon, one of my last days, I had a package there at the fucking venue to drop off. I mean, you know me, I'm a little hothead sometimes.
You a hothead.
I'm a little hothead sometimes. So like I go in, I'm like, all right, bet. So I go in and I'm like, what's up, y'all? Do y'all remember me? And like I pull my mask down and they're like, oh my God, what's up, dude? How are you doing? I'm like, oh, well, you know, I got a fucking job at Amazon now to, you know, pay off everything that happened fucking here, but I'm doing fine. And the main guy, he wouldn't come out of the office. I went in there, I looked at him. I'm like, hey. So he sends this little flunky out to like try to talk to me. And I was like, honestly, man, I'm gonna keep it honest with you right now because like I have to get this off my chest, bro. I feel like you know what happened that night and you're not telling me. And that's what it is. It's like, dude, there's no way, bro. And I'm like, hey man, I'm not like, if it don't add up, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. And everything that happened doesn't make sense.
Right, dog. If it don't roll, then it ain't a will.
We did everything you guys asked. We did everything that the city asked. So I don't know what the problem is. So the only thing that I can think of is that you didn't want your floors to get fucked up. You didn't want this, which, okay, that's great. Just tell me no at the beginning.
Yeah, they took a dump on your heart.
Bro, crushed me, bro. Bro, crushed me, man. Like, that shit fucked my life up.
Was that the end of, like, the promote, where you're like, all right, I'm done doing the promoter shit?
Dude, that's the thing about it, bro. And this is where, like, I, like, realized that I had to mature, right? So, no, it wasn't. I took out a stupid fucking loan with a extremely high interest rate just to pay off the agency, just so like I can keep the shows. Because I had agents hit me up like literally a day after the show, knowing what happened. They're like, hey, you need to pay your show in full. That's 4 months away right now. We're pulling it. I lost my shit. I was like, I've given, hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years plus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if I'm figuring it out, never had any issues. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was just getting attacked. You know what I'm saying? And then, my like other promoters in the area, artist history, artists that I had booked in the past, like people without hesitation started going after my shit. Like, dude, I just
saying you don't want to ruin a reputation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they started going after all the artists that I had booked.
Got you.
And started to like try to like, basically go after everything that I had built. So like it was just aside from like the money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like trying to defend. And that was the thing. I should have just let it go. That would have been the mature thing to do. Hey, cool, let it go. Okay, I tried. But this was my baby, bro. I hustled for this shit. Grinded. Like I was in college trying to get this guy. I was going to college. My dumb ass got in trouble when I was 18. So I was doing drug court at the same time and working 2 jobs. Just grind, like what?
Yeah,
Like grinding. This is my fucking. This is my baby.
Yeah, ain't nobody was gonna make it happen but you.
Yeah. So like, whenever that shit happened, like I was like, I got to do whatever I can do to keep it alive, and that put me down even further because like, I mean, I'll keep it 100. Like I didn't have the money to throw the whole festival. I was
banking off of it doing good.
Yeah, which it was doing fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then it got shut down before it started. You know, it got shut down 4.5, 5 hours before it was supposed to end. Like, that's a lot of show to happen.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people still coming. Like, you know, we were just getting started. All the vendors and everything that like we had paid for. So, you know, it was just all like a waste. So yeah, like that shit just sucked across the board. You know, and then like even the worst part about it was, you know, because that's when I was doing the agency stuff at the time. So it kind of overlapped with that in a way, just because for me, like it fucked up my confidence. It just fucked up everything. Like, you know, your agent's supposed to be out here on the front line, you know, moving and grooving, trying to get. I felt like I didn't belong just because like I was so far buried in debt. It's like, how can I like, I just don't belong with these people. Like, you know, people that are doing good, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I had to battle through, you know what I'm saying? Which obviously now, I mean, I know I belong, but you know, like when you lose that and then, I mean, shit, man, like, I mean, friends stopped coming around. Like the girl I was dating at the time, like that just fell apart, you know? So it was like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I had to do everything to like just make sure that that the agency stuff like kept going. And I was just getting up and just like, dude, fighting through it.
Yeah.
Fighting through it. Like I again shout out my mom, like this stupid fucking loan that I had. Like I had to go to her to take out a real loan to pay off
the other loan.
The other loan that was, you know, just something I had to pay like $250 a day. Like once it's like, it was fucked up, dude. And it's my fault. It's my fault. It's 100% my fault. I was rushing. I was shit.
You were rushing?
I was scared. I didn't want my company to close.
You were Russian?
Rushing.
Okay. I was about to say, dude.
I'm Italian and Greek. You know, just for the record.
I was Russian? Okay,
Yeah.
We'll continue.
So yeah, but it was my fault, man. Like, you know, so on top of that, so I had to start paying that loan back, and then my mom had to carry me whenever I could. Bro, there was times, bro, like I had no money at all. I'm talking cents, maybe not negative in the account, like where I would like have to go and like, you know, Postmate, because you know Postmates, if you get a tip or if you get over $5 in your account, you can do a automatic or instant transfer. So that's how I was like eating lunch. Like for shit, you were at my apartment after that shit, bro. Like I had a couch for a while there. I didn't even have a couch. I had a bed.
You had a TV
no internet.
that was sitting on a box.
I had a TV that was a little bit in my advanced times because before y'all came, I didn't have any of that.
You were straight up struggling.
That's
like, you know what I'm saying? You were roughing it.
Yeah,
but you kept the dream alive.
Absolutely, which is fine with me. Like I'm cool. Like I'm cool with that.
So everybody goes through. Everyone starts somewhere, and I feel like if you don't go through that fucking struggle, bro. Yeah. There was times where I was on the road where I had a negative in my account.
Yeah,
where like traveling to do the shows was almost impossible.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I fucking get that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, I had something to put my TV on, so I never had that. But
I mean, I didn't have internet. No, I didn't have internet for a year and a half living in that place.
Yeah,
because like in my mind, like I had to pay because I owed people money too, like some production guys and stuff like that. So like in my mind, I was like, I can't get internet until I get this shit done. Like that's just how I work. Like I can't do anything. I don't want to spend money on myself whenever I owe other people money.
I remember you telling me that too.
Yeah, like that's just how I feel and how I felt, and like the shit sucked. But again, like you said, bro, like that shit. I just paid off the debt, which, I've just paid off the debt. So it was like, 3 years, 8 months later, just paid off the debt last week.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. And
I know it's a big deal because it's been a thing you've talked about since I've known you.
Yeah, bro. And I really didn't mean it like that. Like sometimes that shit just came out because I felt like I didn't really have anybody to talk to. So sometimes that shit just came out and I'm like, man, do I really want my artist knowing that? You know what I'm saying? Do I really want my artist to see some sort of vulnerability in their agent? Somebody that's supposed to be, basically out here spearheading, I don't want to say spearheading their career, but, going out and getting shows and bringing the bacon home.
People, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing that I will say about like my art, man. I got good relationships with the guys, man. Like that shit that's a blessing.
That's one thing I wanted to ask. So like, kind of transitioning over to like the AP stuff.
Yeah.
I talked about it with Alex when on the podcast, I don't want to talk a whole lot about like the Warpath thing just because it's been I want to talk more about like where it's at now.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
AB thing. It's grown a lot. Y'all's rosters kick ass.
Yeah.
Y'all have made a name for yourselves.
Moving and grooving.
In the agency world to where y'all are respected agents. Mm-hmm. Y'all aren't just these small guys.
Right.
Trying to make something. It's like, no, they're not trying to do it. They're doing it. And it's a known thing at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the thing that you had to do to like kind of just fucking not convince, but also, there is convincing to do. Like, hey, we're not just fucking around with this shit. Like to get certain artists or to get on certain tours, to work with certain promoters. What's something you got to do to kind of get that foot in the door?
Man, just honestly, man, send a lot of emails, make a lot of phone calls, and don't get bent out of shape if you don't get a response.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just have to keep being persistent. And honestly, again, like as small agents, or at the time, I don't call it what it is. At the time, we were small agents. It was like, we had every, phase one, all these acts that, people are like, whoa, we got, you were getting $300 a show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything had to like grow. You know what I'm saying? So it was a mixture of artists growing and becoming more in demand and honestly being loyal to us, which allowed us to start having more conversations. And of course, with us, because we're, like I said at the beginning, we're grinders.
Yep.
Hey, I'm following up.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, this is good for your show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna follow up. And honestly, that's a big thing. A lot of people can't accept no. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get a response or something, oh, fuck it, I'm done. And like an agent, like this shit will chew you up and spit you out, and that's what it is. And it's like, all right, once you get spit out, you can keep going.
I don't like getting spit out, dude. I like getting spit on, but that's
same.
Sorry, Miss Chris. Sorry, Miss Chris. Sorry.
Mom, yeah. Close your ears. Nah, my mama knows I'm wild, so she'll be all right.
No, man, it is good. Like, I like having these type of conversations with people where it's like, bro, you kind of had a rock bottom.
Yeah. Very much a rock bottom. Like, again, man, it was just a mixture of things between like the money and then, the artist thing. And then whenever I was a promoter trying to keep it alive, like everybody else trying to go and take my clients, or not my clients, but like the artists that I put my history.
Yeah.
It was just like a lot. And then a lot of emotions. Like, again, like I just wanted to crash out. I didn't, I was just mad at the world and, every little thing like kind of set me off at the time. So, I'm like getting mad at people. And it's like, I can't even get mad at people for going after my history. It's like, it's part of the game. They got every right. Bro. They got every right to go for it. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was a little bit more intricate because these were like people that like I had put on.
Yep. You
know what I'm saying? So like, in my opinion, I'm like, damn, I done, helped out where I could, not trying to take credit for anything, but like I did. And, to just be kind of repaid like that. Like that shit just like, that didn't sit well with me. It still doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to mature a lot. That's been the biggest hurdle for me.
What's been the biggest hurdle as an agent?
As an agent, I mean, dude, again, as we grow, as we're getting there, retaining clients is That's something that, it's every business.
Yeah.
It's not just the music industry. If you're independent, mom and pop, if you're the mom and pop store down the street, you got to deal with Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's not just specific to this, but that, again, like the hardest part for me personally was, and it sucks because it always goes back to the promotions. It was like whenever that happened, and then it was just that ground zero there, feeling like that I didn't belong with the other agents. You know what I'm saying? For me, that was just really tough. It's hard to like really go out there and really, dig your teeth in.
Yeah, kind of prove yourself, but also separate, show difference. That's something I've struggled with as an artist at times, where it's just like, man, I didn't feel like I fit in, just like who I am as a person and stuff like that. And that still happened
for sure. And I know I don't fit in.
Right.
But like you said at the beginning, like, everybody has like like what they think of an agent and how they're supposed to speak. I talk how I talk. Period.
Same, brother.
Talk how I talk.
Same.
Like I don't, that's like one thing that everybody's like, when the day comes, are you gonna, if somebody is like, hey, yeah, come, we'll buy you out or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, like I like doing how I do it. And I feel like that's where we, made our stamp. Like we're family oriented, we don't bullshit people. And I mean, honestly, tell it how it is, good and bad. And if it's bad, people don't want to hear that, even if it is the truth. So we just do our thing like that. And I feel like that's like really, that isn't a, attraction for artists. I feel like, hey, your agent's out here, again, I'm not trying to brag, but if you go ask most promoters, they're like, we have a great relationship with people.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about you or Alex ever.
Yeah. Well, me, I'm quote unquote the bad guy out of the duo.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Y'all are the yin and yang, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Alex probably is more of the suited up guy you talk to. He's not really wearing a fucking suit.
Yeah.
It might be, like those tuxedo t-shirts.
Yeah. Yes. Because you wanted Jesus to party.
That might be him.
Yeah.
But like that's at least an effort to try to be somewhat classy.
Absolutely.
You gonna show up and be like, oh, hey, where the hoes at?
Oh yeah. No, I mean, Alex, Alex a family man, and I feel like that. I mean, calling it is what it is. He's more a lot more mature than me in like certain things. So yeah, like whenever we have.
Do you know who else who else is a family man?
Yeah.
A dude who bangs his sister or cousins. I mean, that's technically a family man if you think about it.
Yes, so. I guess it is a family man.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Continue.
No, hey, you saw an opportunity.
I did.
You saw an opportunity and you took it, bro.
I thought of a
and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but yeah, Alex is the family man. That's what I'm saying. Like he's the guy, the smooth talker. You're like the shooter. You know what I'm saying?
I just come in with the hammer. I mean, I can't tell you how many times like where some stupid shit would happen, and I'm just like come in and just be like, nope, this is what it is. Lay it on, and then they'll call Alex and be like, Brian's a prick.
Yep.
I'm like, shit. I mean, okay, but again, goes back to our relationship. Like we don't care if a promoter likes Alex more and he books our artists through Alex. Like, cool, we share everything.
Yeah.
Except for, we split commissions, like except for if it was artists that I had before we started working together and artists that he had before we started working together. But other than that, we share everything.
Yeah.
Like the dynamic is just.
Y'all share secrets?
He knows a few things about me. I think I know a few things about him as well.
But don't tell nobody.
No, not gonna tell anybody. I've never been on Christina. She was like, the only time I had ever told on anybody, and I felt so fucking bad about it, was Jacob Smith in kindergarten. I remember being in the little fucking house outside on the playground, and he said shit. And like the teacher came in and was like, what did you hear him say shit? And I was like, yeah. And I felt so bad after that. And I was like, after that, I'll never, ever, ever. My mom's like, there's secrets to this day that happened. One in specific my car, and I'm not even gonna spill the beans here because mom's like, what the fuck happened to your car? Like the whole tire was fucked up, the front end. I took responsibility for it. I didn't do it. I'll go as far to say that. But I never told. It was. Yeah, I never told anybody, and I won't do that.
Speaking of that song, It Wasn't Me, bro. I was
Shaggy.
DJing a wedding one time.
Yeah.
And someone was like, hey, I was playing that song. I'm like, hey, you probably shouldn't play the song at the wedding. I was like, you know what? You're probably right.
Nah.
Probably right. Tommy banging on the counter.
He's setting them up for, he's giving, kind of giving the game. No.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? You're probably right. It's probably inappropriate, huh?
Yeah. Now, I do love me, I love me some R&B too. You ask Loper. Loper always be like, hey, what are you listening to? Ricky Pretty? I'm
You're like, no, bro,
it's pretty Ricky.
No,
Loper.
dude, it's R. Kelly.
No, man. No, we removed, and I say it's difficult just because of the music, not because of him. He piece of shit. But bro, some of them songs, man,
hits.
It's so hard to remove him from the playlist.
That the music was just legendary.
I mean he's top 5 in his genre.
R&B.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like as far as the music goes, piece of shit.
A piece of shit.
Piece
bro.
of shit.
Oh, dude, trust me.
Man.
I mean, it took me a while to remove from some of my playlists and stuff. Like I used to have a sex playlist, right? And R. Kelly come on. You're like, oh, hold up, real quick. Well, she's like, you should turn this off. I'm like, 1 second, I'm almost done.
Yeah. It goes in from ignition straight into the world's greatest once you finish.
It's like in the kitchen. And I'm like, wait for the chorus to end. I'll turn it off.
Oh shit. Man, yeah, no. Fuck him, but he got some smokers.
Yeah, man, and honestly, dude, y'all haven't had any artists like cancellations on y'all's roster, right? Artists get canceled that y'all had currently on y'all's roster?
No. We've only had artists get canceled that were on our roster.
Not at the time.
Not at the time with the cancellation, which yeah.
That's the Lord looking out, bro.
Exactly. I mean that shit unacceptable, and it's like, damn. Hard to maneuver. I mean, obviously, besides just like dropping, that's what should happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, do the fucking right thing. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Not the fucking hard. Again, goes back to people can't take no for an answer.
Right.
Get in their feelings.
I'm always in my feelings, bro.
Yeah, me too, man.
I mean, sometimes like if I get cold at night, I'll fucking snuggle up to them. So you know what I mean? I'll fucking cover myself just in feelings and just stay warm.
Yeah. No, I got a lot of Believe it or not, I do too. Even though again, everybody be like, "Oh, Brian, hard ass." You know what I'm saying? Brian, this, Brian. No, I got some feelings under here, man. I swear to God, I do.
He gets whenever he's by himself, he listens to Taking Back Sunday and cuts his wrist too, just like the rest of us.
Taking Back Sunday, but I can't. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I listen to a lot of songs, right? That just remind me of like just certain times, if that makes sense.
And so this is how you remind me.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, some shit that'll remind me, like, something of the high school or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
it's good for the soul.
I saw a Mayday parade in Charlotte last weekend, and I was sitting there and I was just like singing the songs out loud. I'm like, how many people in this crowd wanted to kill themselves at one point to this song? Because I was one of them. Like when you're a young emo teenager, how many people in this crowd cried their eyes out to this music? And we're all just adults just singing along. It was a good time.
No, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
See, that's the thing about, I've always listened to rap. I never had that emo phase. I got a memory like a sponge. I remember everything, so I'll never forget it. I was in 4th grade at the time, and John Lynch was the 8th grader, cool 8th grader at the school at the time, good basketball player. So I'm getting ready he's getting ready to come on to practice. I'm getting a drink, finishing up, and I had a little, I don't even remember what to call it, something I was playing music, a little rectangle thing, a little MP3 player, yeah. And he was like, "What are you listening to?" I was like, well, I got some AC/DC in here, all shit my parents listen to. I didn't know anybody. He's like, here, listen to this. Oh my God. Shit, after that, went out, bought the first CD I ever bought was G-Unit, Beg for Mercy.
Dude, that's so funny that you say G-Unit. I got a damn good story. So me and my brother used to share a room. And I was playing hide and seek with my buddy, and I was hiding under the bed. My brother had the bottom bunk. There was a CD under there that said G Unit on it in Sharpie. I'm like, what the hell is G Unit?
Yeah.
So we put it in the disc tray of my DVD player because it could play CDs too. Me and my buddy are just sitting there listening there, and it was fucking hardcore lesbian porn. Hardcore lesbian porn. And I think I was in like the fucking 4th grade.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I just remember my buddy sitting there just like, wow, this is G Unit.
Yeah.
And I just remember showing all the kids in the neighborhood, man. So yeah, that's how I got introduced to G Unit was lesbian porn.
Fair.
Yeah.
So was that the first time you saw porn?
Oh yeah, dude.
I
was confused about it.
Yeah, I
I
remember.
was like, I didn't know women were doing this in their spare time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. I mean, maybe they might even not even be spare time. They might be like their
full time. That's what I'm saying.
You know
Like,
what I'm saying?
I was like, this is what women do when they hang out.
Yeah. Probably more than we know, maybe.
More than I knew at the time.
It's a girls'
bro.
night out. You know, I don't know what happened.
Whoa,
You know?
girl penises are crazy.
I'll never forget shit. I mean, I used to have so down here whenever we got finished, we had a long a L couch right here. It was like maroon. And I like woke up one night. I used to have sleepovers with my boy. I don't know if I'll say his name. My boy Evan used to live down the street, and like one night I woke up because I would fall asleep early. I still do. I woke up. I'm like, what's on the TV here? And then we had HBO, so it was that late night HBO shit. And I was like, what? Cat House and man, you know, like they used to have on the HBO. They used to have like the real stories. Like they had like you know what I'm saying? They had like the real the stories. And yeah, that's where I got started. I say that's probably like in the 7th grade, something like that. Whenever we first.
The stories on the pornos are the best. They're the best.
Yeah, I mean, especially the ones that were on HBO. I mean, it was, you know, and I got good at it. I'd be like, oh, okay, I know this one. Oh, yeah, she's gonna go ride a horse for a little bit, and you know, gonna come across a cabin or whatever, and she's gonna.
The doctor's got to come. He's a at-home doctor, home-to-home doctor. It's like, I got to take your temperature, but it's going to have to be a rectal temperature check. I'm going to have to do it with my cock.
Yes, you know, it's shit like that where I'm just like, okay.
The stories, bro. Oh, I'm stuck under the table. I can't get out. What is it nowadays? So honestly, the stories were good. 'Cause nowadays, it's like stepbrother, stepsister.
Boy, you would think that everybody that got a step sibling just, you know, get into it.
For me, it was my step cousin, but like, I'm just saying, bro.
Man, yeah, I mean, the step, and then it's even like today, I got, all right, shit, I don't even know why, you know, I watch a little porn. You know, it'll be like the same shit. Be like, girl gets stuck in laundry and washer. I'm like, what?
I never got stuck in the dryer. Maybe like she was like super skinny.
Yeah.
She's like so skinny and she's stuck.
Yeah. And like, okay, shit. I appreciate the creativity.
The porno I need is man stuck in debt from losing money on show. I'm like, oh, I'm about to fucking come.
Whole city of St. Louis fucks promoter.
I'm like, oh, keep fucking going. Y'all are sucking. Y'all are getting me good.
Ooh.
That's great.
Oh, that's good.
That's fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a fun tangent to get onto.
That was a nice little side quest.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. But back to the main quest.
All right. Back to the main
AB
quest.
touring.
Yeah.
You being an agent.
Yeah.
What's something? Because like now that y'all are established.
Yeah.
Like y'all ain't going anywhere.
No.
And it happened. It happened like the AB thing. I feel like it got established. Y'all made the right moves at the right time, going from Warpath to AB.
Yeah.
I really feel like it was just planned perfectly, timed perfectly, signing certain people on board. Like,
Yeah.
it was great, but like now that it's established, what's next? Where do you see it? Where do you want to take it?
Well, we definitely want to bring we really we don't want to be pigeonholed into just dubstep and electronic music, which is something that we will always do and always put our soul into. But like I said, I like rap. I've been trying to get rappers on board. Like I booked a show for Waka Flocka.
Big Baby Scumbag.
Big Baby Scumbag. Shout out Big Baby.
Shout out Big Baby.
Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, trying to diversify there, Alex likes rock.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he's, fishing in that pond, trying to get hacks. And again, it's kind of like, I don't want to say like starting over, but if you're going to a new genre, it kind of is like, kind of starting over. That's, a lot of the venues do have a little bit of overlap, especially hard ticket venues, that have all kinds of genres of music. So it's like, we can book you. It's just kind of, again, getting established, building trust and, trust with the promoters. Hey, because I was like, hey, I could book Waka Flocka. And people are like, what? Oh, fuck you. What? Are you going to, no. Are you going to pitch me Taboo and then be like, yeah, I got Waka.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then in the next sentence, people were just like, no, it's not what you do. But for the record, I'm not Waka Flocka's agent. It was just like something came across the manager and, I had a few promoters that were kind of off the radar for their agent and, everybody gets a piece of the pie, business done, not trying to overstep, transparency on every level.
Yep.
Do good business. At the end of the day, you got to do good business. Stand by it. Like, that's what it is. Another thing that just makes us who we are. Stand on good business. Do good business. I'm not going to fuck anybody over. Like, more than ever, I believe in karma nowadays. Like, I'm doing the right thing. Like, and always have, but like even more now than ever. I'm like, dude, it's just time. Like, set the example.
I feel like it's a thing with agents, and I focus on it too. I want to make it a thing because there's a lot of people who just don't give a fuck. I feel like a lot of like making it as like an agent and an artist goes to a lot of just making the promoters happy.
Yeah,
making
relationships.
Making sure that they're walking away with money.
Yeah,
we're walking away with money.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like this doesn't happen. Knock on anything, but the Taboo shows have been doing great. So It's just like I've been seeing everyone happy, but the last thing I want is like a show where like the promoter's not happy.
Absolutely.
Well, that sucks. It's like, damn, that person's lost money. They might not want to book me or work with me again. And that's a thing that there's some agents and artists out there that just don't give a fuck about anything. Like, I got my bread. I'm good. I'm
leaving.
Like, man, I want to do this for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I feel like me being a promoter did kind of instill that business ethic in that category, about doing good business, making sure that everybody makes money, because I know how it feels to like, for an agent to be like, oh yeah, here, I'll give you this guy, but you're going to book this guy too. And you're going to give him this. I'm like, okay, well, for the greater good, but like this artist comes through, doesn't do shit. And then I lose a bunch of money and it's like, okay, am I going to book him again? No, more than likely not. You know what I'm saying? So why would I, if I know how it is and how it goes and the mindset of it, well, what sense would it make for me to go out and just gouge people and just like make bad deals? Like, it just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know I don't like it to be done to me. So why would I want it to be done to other people? So I feel like that being a promoter really did, kind of bring clarity to that situation and how we operate. Alex is the same way. Alex was in a band, so he had that ground level experience as well. So like we're really on the same page. And of course we're gonna go out and get, what we deserve. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't see the value in going and getting, way more and having the people that we need, the promoters, to not make anything. In turn, if they don't make money, and it happens a lot, I mean, that puts them out the game.
Yeah.
And then who the fuck, if everybody's getting put out of the game, I love what I do. And I want the shit to stay. So I'm going to do my part. And that's, the AB way,
It's the AB
the
way.
AB way,
Here at Ford Trucks. We do things differently.
We do things just a little differently. Artist-based touring is literally, every artist tours different. We're not people that just throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks. Like, we're going to go in and we're going to develop a plan for every artist, because every artist is different.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
Yeah.
You have to do that, especially if you really want to grow acts. Like, you have to go in and you have to be, aware of like where they're at, aware of their needs, and you have to, that's what you move off of. If you don't, it's just like, okay, whatever happens, happens. That's why you see a lot of artists, and again, my opinion, it's why you see a lot of artists go in and out.
Yeah.
It's because, they're like, okay, well, maybe, and I'm not saying our mindset is the correct way. It just works for us. Some artists might just be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to go out and squeeze what I can for a year or two, and that's all I want. Cool. But that just doesn't work for us. Hasn't worked for us. So
yeah, that's
why we're really, we're very aware of what we pick up. We don't just pick up everything. Like, it's a little bit of, I don't want to say it's a little bit of a process, but it is a process. It's like, there's more to it than just like, in our opinion, just going out and selling tickets. Like, we have to like have a connection with the artist. We want to, really believe in it. And that's how, I know me, that's how you get the best work out of me. If I don't fuck with it, or if I don't like you, or if you do some, if you do some shit that I just like, that's just morally against the code or my code. Like, I don't give a fuck if you sell 1,000 tickets. It's just not, you know what I'm saying? It's more than that. I want peace. That's what, again, I want peace of mind nowadays. I want to be shit happy.
Yeah.
Chilling, and that comes with the people that we work with. It all plays a part into it. You know what I'm saying? So just things that, I'm trying to get aligned.
I feel that, dude. So, you knew you were going to be doing agency shit for DJs, trying to get to the rappers.
Yeah.
You ever thought you were going to do something for a comedian, dude?
No. And it's funny because my boy Metz was like, dude, you really need to get into comedy. He's like, they get paid a lot of money. There's no production, but you need a fucking stool and a mic.
Yeah.
And it's pretty simple. You should get into that. I'm like, oh, okay. This was before, like I would say you were still doing, comedy stuff, like your talks and stuff like that, but it wasn't like
stand up,
like really in the game. So no, I did not answer your question.
Because it was like, I don't know if it's okay that we say this, but yeah, you called me because we got an offer for just a straight stand-up set.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, this is uncharted waters for me. And I'm like, fuck, bro, me too.
I was like, what are we talking about? Like, are we doing like I just wanted to make sure that
you need lasers. You need lasers. How many CDJs do you need?
It's like, is he gonna? Are you gonna DJ like the downtime yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, open for yourself.
That is something that is gonna be a comp. Like, there is gonna be a point where I'm like, hey, yeah, let's start actually doing the shows, like just straight comedy bookings.
Yeah,
there's gonna be time for that.
Absolutely,
that's gonna be cool.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon. Yeah,
and I'm excited for it.
Yes.
Again, just like always just trying to like open new doors and like just do new things. Like, that's just like, oh shit, I'm about to be 30. People be like, oh, it keeps you young. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of does. It's like, if you always like, we're just always trying to do something new, take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? If that's comedy, rap, rock, you know what I'm saying? Just always trying to excel.
Yeah.
Just keep it moving. Can't be complacent.
So let me ask you this, dude.
Hit me.
So going from being a promoter, getting in debt, doing the agency stuff, fucking not even being able to afford internet, just being broke as shit.
Yeah.
Now to come back to, working for another business, being an agency, now owning the own business, having a partner, getting into it.
Yeah.
Is this like, for people who are out there listening, who are like, man, I could get into agencies. I could start up my own business. After all the grind and struggle, lucratively speaking, is this something you can do forever and make a career, like an actual good career out of it?
Absolutely. Again, it's like, like artists or acts that, that have been with us, like you, for a perfect example, 3 years ago. Okay. I want to say you probably weren't really paying the bills 3 years ago, but it's like We loved the vision. We loved like what was going on. And it's like, it's an investment. It's an investment on both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now look at you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything's growing, everything's moving. You know, we are starting to dabble into other avenues, you know, and, you know, we do have, you know, agents working with us, James, Camilla, you know, so like, yeah, we got a lot moving and grooving right now. And, I mean, I in my mind, I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure it the fuck out because I already figured it the fuck out. Like, there's nothing I have to do after getting through all that shit. There is no hanging up the towel. Period.
Baby.
Do
you say that? Baby. Do you say that anymore?
No, I never say that. No.
Can you say that anymore? And that's on baby. Baby on baby.
Nah. Oh shit. Yeah. No, you got to be careful about him too. I would say on baby, maybe Lil Baby, not Da Baby, Lil Baby.
On baby scumbag.
Yeah,
Big
baby scumbag. Exactly. Yes.
On big baby, bro.
On big baby. There you go. Shout out Big Baby.
Shout out Big Baby scumbag,
Yeah,
man. I love
man.
that motherfucker, dude. That's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
So wrapping it up.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
Yeah. I've had a great time. Like I said, I you know, before I want to say I was a little nervous at the beginning. I've never done anything. And the only press that you can find on me was the only press that I've ever done was the AB Touring launch.
Yep.
And then I had a motherfucking article written about me for Jingle the Bass where I was like, Jingle the Bass shut down, promoter nowhere in sight. I'm like, I'm yelling at the cops. I'm charging the cops. I'm fucking telling them to fuck off for pulling everybody over on bullshit. Like, I'm doing what I can out here to make sure that at least the patrons can get out of here.
Right.
Safely. I'm fucked. The show's over. They're already mad at me. The least I can do is make sure that they get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the front lines trying to make everything happen. And then, furthermore, I go to the after party, give a speech, basically saying, I'm really sorry, everybody. And hold on, real quick. Shout out. I got to give a shout out to my promo team, G&B promo team.
Okay.
They know who they are, Seattle Squad.
Okay.
Yeah, they. I mean, they're the reason. Like, I mean, they're the reason. I don't want to say the reason I'm here, but like a huge component of it. You know, they like pushed our shows heavy for years, and I appreciate that. So I wanted to squeeze that in before you know whatever. I can say fit it in, but you could probably you're gonna
whatever you say.
whatever I say, you're gonna
and that's problematic at times for me. I'm learning.
That's okay. I mean, hey, the first step of solving a problem is acknowledging it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm not acknowledging I have a problem. I'm acknowledging that people have a problem with me.
I mean, that's fair.
Yes.
It's all acknowledging.
Yes.
You know, coming to terms.
Coming to terms, coming out, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's on Big Baby.
That's on Big Baby. Ooh, goodness gracious.
Any other crazy stories, man? I know you were excited about this. You had some stories, man. That's what you were saying. Anything that comes out to mind you want to talk about? Some crazy stories, bro. What's the dark sides of the agency, bro?
The dark sides of the agency?
The dark side.
Man. I mean, for me, shit, like I said, I don't think anybody can really say I'm the bad guy, but I'm the one. I don't cut. You're gonna get it what it is, good, bad, in between. I mean,
that's what I love about you, bro.
That. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because in my mind, it wastes fucking time. Like, why are we gonna waste time trying to like? The situation's not changing. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. Do you want me to fluff it around and maybe get to the solution, or no? We're gonna put it on the table, tell what it is. And we move on. So I guess maybe I mean this in the most sincere way. I'm sensitive about certain things too, but a lot of artists are sensitive about their crafts, which I understand completely. So sometimes when you take that blunt approach, it could come off as being a dick or whatever. So that's no. I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings ever.
I want you to fucking hurt me.
No, I'm sure you do.
I want you to fucking hurt me, dude.
Well, I mean, do you,
I want you to break my fucking heart, Brian.
break your no, bro. I don't break hearts. I'm not into breaking hearts. Not
Fucking
into
with
breaking
you.
hearts. I want to keep the heart. See, that's the difference. You know, I'm trying to keep hearts full. Now, that's one thing that you know, I don't get on the line. You know, go and do things. I can't stand that shit when people do something good and go straight to the online. And again, this would be this is the only besides like my mom. You know, I was working for Amazon the week before I quit. I had 2 people call the station and be like, "Oh yeah, I just want to let you know that this Brian Severino stopped everything that he was doing, and there was an old person that fell on ice, and he stopped what he was doing, and you know, took 30 minutes out of his time to make sure he got back to his apartment safely." And I forget the other one was like, "Hey, he showed great patience on the road and did something." I'm like, that doesn't sound like me, but okay.
Does not sound like
Shit, you drove with me for
I know,
fucking
bro.
for
Jesus
one time, and like the patience that's not really something that I do.
That's not in your vocabulary.
So I mean, but you know, it's like, man, just you know, I like to do good, man. I like to do good. I just might
Like
not
to
show
do
it.
good. 2 things I like to do, bro. Good and meth.
Yeah, and not meth on purpose, at least. You know what I'm saying?
3 things I enjoy doing, dude. Good deeds, my sister, and meth.
Not my sister. I mean, you can go do my sister if you want, but not me. Shout out Cassie. You know I love you. I'm just looking out for you. That's all.
Oh, that's hysterical, dude. Jesus Christ.
Hey man, you brought it out of me. You that side. You just
That's what I wanted to bring out, just the goofy side.
yeah, the goofy side.
That's
I do got a goofy side. Alex probably knows the goofy side more than anybody, but it's fucking there.
You got a goofy side.
Oh yeah,
man.
I'm a goof.
I feel like, you know, you and I talk more than like an artist and agents normally do.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, we're just boys.
We boys, you know. Call. I mean, every time we call, I mean, an hour long call, talking shit, saying, you know, shit like, "Come in me, come on," whatever the hell you got cooking at the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate your friendship on more than just a
I
professional
appreciate
level.
your friendship, man. Too. I appreciate everything you've done for my career. You know, it's really nice knowing. You know, it's nice not even knowing, but not even have to think about that side of the business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not even having to like think about like, you know, what's cooking or what's in the works.
Yeah.
Because I know that's being handled.
Yeah.
I know it's being worked on. I know the type of people that you are, that Alex are, y'all grinders, y'all hustlers. And I knew that, I saw that from the beginning. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking grow. Let's do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a peace of mind. And it's like, you know, I like, you know, it's probably the same with you. I like working with people I believe in as well. And I believe in y'all. You know, I'm saying that with Alex. It's like if there was stock in AB, I'd fucking invest in it. Because it's like y'all aren't going anywhere. Y'all are good people. Y'all hustle. Yeah. And I just appreciate all that.
No, and the fact you say that, man, like, for real, like, warms my heart. Like, it's been, you know, it's a crazy game we play. You know what I'm saying? And a lot's going on all the time. So like, whenever people do be like, "Hey, thank you," that shit, I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like, for real, like, thank you for saying thank you.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it's not, again, I'm not saying I need a fucking thank you to do my job, but it does, you know, it makes me feel good. It makes Alex feel good.
Goes a long way, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, every now and again, I'm not saying I need, hey, you sent an email today. Good job, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, every now and hey, appreciate the work you've been doing. I'm like, oh, thank you. You know, the serotonin is flowing. Like, got
blood flowing.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, I do. I appreciate it.
Well, fucking A, man.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any wild stories, bro? Anything crazy?
Man, I'm trying to think like wild stories
of the agents, bro.
Of the agents, hey. And there's a lot of wild stories with the agents.
You and agents like, you know, put on like you know, animal costumes and go in the woods? No.
No.
Okay, cool.
No. Not that.
There's not a cult where you'll like sacrifice.
No, absolutely.
No, anything like that. That's fucking lame,
not
bro.
in my. That's not in our. You know, joining joining the cult.
You don't drink the blood from the youth.
No.
Okay.
No.
Bullshit, dude.
No, we're wholesome.
And the world needs more agents like y'all, bro.
Yeah. No, agent's a wild game, man. You know, there's a lot that goes on between agents, good and bad. And again, like how I react to certain situations is something, you know, that I've had to work on big time. And even becoming an owner of a business and not just an agent. Like, it's just different. And I'm still learning. I'll be the first to admit. I'm still learning how to juggle everything, or, you know, how to maybe respond to things a little bit differently. As a owner versus how I would respond to something as an agent.
Oh, dude, I fucking have to learn that shit too. Like the way I would respond to things is Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where I can just say shit and like 2 people would give a fuck.
Yeah.
Or like I say, respond to something as taboo, and then it's just gonna be a lot of people giving a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's you know, I'm learning that shit too.
Yeah.
Because I like to talk shit.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm not one to just. I'm having to become one to where I just see somebody say something.
Oh yeah.
And just not say anything. No matter what I say, it's just gonna get blown out.
Yeah. Oh, that's my. I mean, this is somebody will say some shit to me. I'll call. I'll be like, what the fuck? Who does this guy think he fucking is saying some shit to me? Yeah. Like, man, like I'm like I got fucking emails written up. Got to delete it. I'm ready to go. Like, yeah, I had a promoter say some wild shit to me the other day about like me wasting his time. And I'm like,
you're like, I will stab you.
Like, what? Like, what do you mean? How am I wasting your time?
That's what you said. You said, oh, wow.
You know, just like in my mind, I'm like, you know, like, fuck you. Like, I'm gonna fucking go off, go crazy. But it's like, is it really worth it? Is somebody that, you know, books like a couple shows a year or something like that really worth me, you know, stepping out of body and like really honestly wasting my time on it? Nah, that's something that I have to, because the Brian side is like, yeah, fuck it. You know, disrespect. Like, why? Like, that's just so rude. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say anything to you like that. But, you know, just being able to, like, honestly let shit go. That's hard for me. But I'm working on it. What does Mozzie say? He says, well, I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it.
Who said that?
Mozzie.
Mozzie?
You know, listen to Mozzie?
Nah, bro.
Got you. You know what I'm saying? I'd love a book of tour from Mozzie. Shameless plug in.
Yeah, bro.
No, that'd be tight.
Well, sick, man. If if that's all the stories you got, man.
Yeah, man. I think that's you know, probably the stories that I
care to share on
care to share on the air.
Yeah,
you know
but don't tell nobody. This is my favorite thing to say to people. I just tell them something about me. I'm like, but don't tell nobody.
Don't tell anybody. It's a secret. This is, you know, it's something that only you and I share. It's a bond.
Like, yeah, dude, I can't go to sleep unless I fucking pray, but don't tell nobody.
Hey, I pray before I go to sleep, Mitch. Don't worry about it.
I do a couple things before I go to sleep. You know.
Yeah.
But don't tell nobody.
No, I won't tell anybody, bro. I won't tell anybody. Even though I know you were sleeping upstairs, and you know I might have heard a couple things, but I won't tell anybody.
That's hysterical, dude. I didn't do nothing in your upstairs, bro, but I am going to now.
Yeah, that's fine. What did I tell you before? Shit, I sent you a text.
You literally just said I could bang your sister.
Yeah,
so
well, I was like, don't. My parents are off limits. You know what I'm saying? I know you like you adventurous. You know what I'm saying? And you were right next to the room, so I had to lay it down. Like, hey, man.
I just sneak in and start cuddling, dude. Like, what are you doing, Mitch? I'm just trying to cuddle, bro. My emotions aren't enough tonight. I just need someone to actually just hold me. Your dad's like, okay, come on.
You say, actually, we'll make some room at the foot of the bed.
He's like, honey, scoot over.
Luna, get off the bed.
Chris, can you go sleep on the couch real quick?
Fuck you, no.
These are fun.
Yeah, no,
anyway,
I just wanted to, you know, lay that law down, you know, before this.
Yeah, I'm trying to lay it down
before this trip happened. Oh, I need to go home. God, you do need to go. I'm about to send your ass home.
We need to end this episode before we keep going.
How long have we been on the episode?
We were like an hour, and we're like at past the 80-minute mark.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's the longest I've ever talked, I think.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I don't really talk that much. Well, that's a lie. Alex and I will be on the phone for we'll be talking about just everything going on. Before you know it, it'll be like 3 hours. Like, oh my God, but that's work.
Yeah. Well, I really do appreciate you coming on the show and talking, and it's cool to always hear, a perspective from an agent, things that they have to deal with on the daily.
Most definitely.
Also, I like the struggle stories.
Yeah,
they get me fucking torqued.
Get you torqued. Huh?
Torqued.
Yeah. I mean, I got torqued a little bit. Like once once you complete the task, once you complete the mission, bounce back. I got torqued. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I can't get torqued unless there's struggle.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh, I didn't even mean to say yeah to that first. That shit had too much to register first. Oh man,
That was a joke, obviously.
Yes, that was a joke.
That was a joke.
Yes, Mitchell.
Timing.
Yes, Mitchell.
Perfect timing. The timing on that immaculate.
Yeah, but just last thing, anybody out there listening, trying to make their way in the music industry, bro, just keep grinding. Like really, just keep going. If there's anything, if I could help one person, two person, whatever, two people, not two person. Oh, I guess two person word, but two people that fit that better. But if we can, just keep going, man. Like, keep going. Like it gets better. And honestly, it's kind of corny, but it's like if you really want it, like you can get it.
Yeah, dude.
Like, and I don't want to be like I'm a walking testament to that, but like I wanted to be an agent. I was not taken seriously at first, and it's like that's fine. I don't hold that against like people, but it's like part of the game. It is what it is. Like, why would these people kind of fuck with me right now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to like find my way.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, if anybody's out there, considering, throwing in the towel, don't. Keep it moving and grooving.
I like to say, like, you can do anything you want in this life. Just don't be a little fucking bitch.
Just don't be a little bitch.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% you could save on your car insurance by switching to Geico.
Oh, shit. Oh, on that note, I'm about to get off here and make a call. I could use 15% off my insurance. Hey, we got the Paps sponsorship.
It's on the way.
On the way. Maybe,
Something maybe it's Geico.
Maybe
next.
Geico. Yeah. Geico, if you're listening,
we can get the
podcast.
little fucking gecko just drinking a Paps.
Yeah. Look at that, bro.
We'll give him a mullet.
You're just, man, you're genius, bro.
Yeah.
You're a genius.
It's it's just a day in the life. Just another day at work.
Mitchell.
My genius ideas are let's give a gecko, Patch Blue Ribbon, and a mullet. And they're like, this guy is a fucking genius.
Sign the check. Give him what he wants. Here's a blank check.
We need this guy.
Write whatever number you want on it.
We need this guy on our roster. Stat.
Oh shit!
Oh, let's end it here.
Yeah,
Thank you, Brian.
Of course, man. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you more.
I appreciate everybody listening to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. And I will see y'all next week, man. Peace.